Hello and welcome to day 15. If you've been here since day one and you've been following along, I am so grateful for you and I just thank you. I thank you. You're making all of this worth it for me. So let's go ahead and talk about day 15. So day 15 is about standards. Standards over goals. How we're going to make our standards become automatic and be a part of this whole framework. So yesterday we cleared the space. We identified what we're going to pause, what we're going to stop, and what we're going to adjust. We identified what's draining our capacity and how we need to stop allowing it to do that. And we identified what's diluting our progress. So today is about how we're going to operate in that space that we've now cleared. What we're trying to do is set a perimeter around our aim so that our priority outcomes can support it with no distractions, nothing making it unstable or shaking it. We've set space. We've cleared the space and allowed our aim to exist supported by our priority outcomes. Now today, we're going to establish our standards because we talked about avoiding burnout. We talked about staying aligned. We talked about the value that we deliver into this world. And your goals tell you what you want, but your standards tell you who you become when you reach the finish line. So our finish line right now is 90 days down the line, April 30th, 2026. So the standards we're going to set today are meant to carry us through April 30th. Now, these are standards that are probably applicable to our whole lives, but right now the idea is to focus on what we will define as our floor from a standard perspective for how we operate to execute our goals, keep our outcomes a priority, and reach the aim and purpose we've set for ourselves. This whole series isn't just about reaching goals. It's about becoming more of who we want to become over the next 90 days and eventually over the next months in 2026. And if we build good habits, if we have healthy goals and we keep standards and a character that supports these goals, then this will overflow and translate into the next season, the next years of our lives. So 3 standards, 3 personal standards, 3, that's it. And they need to meet 3 conditions. They need to be execution-based, behavior-based, and non-negotiable. Execution-based implies that you need to see it in motion. It governs action, not intentions. Behavior-based implies that it tells you what you do or do not do. Regardless of your intention, regardless of your mood, regardless of your environment, what is the thing that you do not do or the things that you absolutely do? That's the behavioral aspect of your standard. The third thing is that it is non-negotiable. It holds on good days and bad days, sunny days and rainy days, winter days and summer days. All year round, you're keeping these standards. You either meet it or you violate it. There's nothing in between. No gray scales. It's black or white. That's a standard. So your standards, the 3 standards, your 3 personal standards you're going to set need to meet these 3 criteria. Because if they don't meet those 3 criteria, then it's just a wish, a preference, or an intention. And that's it. It's not a standard. So a standard is not you saying, I want to be more disciplined, or I want to be more consistent, or I want better habits. That's not a standard. That's a preference. A standard is what you operate by. It's you stating what you operate by. We talked about this in week 1 and week 2. It's your floor. It is your floor. It is the minimum level of quality that you expect from yourself. Your minimum level of attainment. It's what you consider normal, basic, average. That's your standard. So it's something that you apply whether you have motivation or not, whether you're tired or not. It's a simple yes or no, black or white, no gray, nothing. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is our homework, defining 3 standards that meet the 3 conditions for them to be more than intentions or preferences or wishes. Standards. These are the things that govern how you work towards your aim so that you like who you've become when you reach that finish line. For example, an example of a standard would be I always complete the first 3 items on my to-do list. Or I always spend the first 2 hours of my day with God. Those would be standards. No matter what happens, if I got to wake up earlier, I will wake up earlier. If I got to go to sleep earlier, I will go to sleep earlier. Or a standard would be I always get 8 hours of sleep per day. So you see, it's non-negotiable. No matter what happens, you decided. So if you have a late meeting and you can't go to sleep at the time that you usually go to sleep at, then you know for a fact that you're sleeping extra hours in the morning. Get it? So a way you're going to be able to tell that what you set is an actual standard is you writing it down, giving it to someone you trust, and allowing them to observe you and be able to tell you that you violated your standard. So they should be able to know that, okay, this is a point where you violated it. This is your standard and you violated it. Or this is your standard and you've honored it. They should be able to do that. It needs to be tangible enough, clear enough for them to be able to make that observation and communicate that to you. Yeah, and so that's what we're going to do. We are going to write our standards down, make sure that we meet the 3 criteria for each standard, and then we're going to communicate that to our accountability partner. I hope you have one. It's very important to have an accountability partner. And so we're going to allow our accountability partners to tell us where we have violated or honored our standards whenever they observe us doing one or the other. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so this is day 15. Your homework is to define 3 standards to make sure they meet the criteria for being a standard and to communicate that to your accountability partner and tell them to let you know whenever you violated or honored that standard, whenever they can. It's not going to be an everyday thing, but whenever they can, and they see it happen, for them to let you know where you have violated or honored your standard. Okay? And you can do that exercise for yourself. Have your standards added to your board, wherever you're putting all of this content, add it there, and question yourself on which standards you have honored and violated. And the goal is to be able to honor every single one of our standards. I mean, 3 standards is not that much. If you're violating 2 out of the 3, then you need to revisit your standards. Yes, especially before we've even started. No. Okay? So set the right standards. Don't set expectations or wish lists or intentions. Set actual standards. Remember, it's your minimum. It's your floor. It's your minimum level of quality. And then once you realize that you have been honoring and respecting your standards and the boundaries that your standards establish, then you can increase the level and raise your standards slightly higher every other month or so, or every month, however you decide. But the idea is to start with what we consider to be our floor and then raise the level progressively. Okay? All right, day 15 is over. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow for day 16. Bye.